As promised, we're going over to our guest this afternoon who's joined us in the Town studio. We've got Mike Pejic with us. How are you doing, Mike? You okay?
Yeah, fine, thanks.
You found us here in Burslem?
Just about, yeah.
We've got you in for a few things, and I think you've been sort of pre-warned about a comic relief challenge as well.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of it until I just made it here.
Well, that's what we do.
It should be quite exciting.
Yeah, it will be a bit of a laugh. But yeah, we want to talk to you. First of all, introduce you to our listeners. Of course, former Stoke, Everton, Aston Villa, England defender. You're a manager, a coach. You also do press yourself, reporting on the Stoke games. Have I missed anything out of there?
Quite a bit, yeah. Well, it'll take you a while to get my CV going.
Yeah, well, in your 21 years on this planet, you've done okay. You've fitted quite a lot in. So, yeah, let's talk a little bit about Stoke City, first of all. You report on the Stoke games. It's been an indifferent season for them, hasn't it, really?
Well, it does when you think how well they've done up until Christmas period.
Yeah.
The clean sheets they were getting, and I think it was 6 clean sheets in 10 games or something like that. And then all of a sudden they've been leaking in goals every one of the last 11 games now. So it's not too good reading at the moment.
Yeah, and the fans, if you see them on social media, they're on Tony Pulis's back quite a lot. Do you think that's fair?
Well, I always think it's something to do with this, the agents, and in December when agents get to work and trying to get players into different clubs, and I think that has quite a bit of an effect on players. Thinking and sort of performance levels, and I think 1 or 2 managers have that problem throughout the year. When the January sales come, you can see the performances start to peak a little bit in 1 or 2 players who haven't been in form before, and that does have a sort of detrimental effect in the dressing room with players who want to do well, and I think that has something to do with it, definitely.
Yeah. The players he's brought in this season, who do you think has shone?
Well, when you look at Crouch, he's a 1 and 2 player, scoring a goal every 2 games. And for me, he hasn't really had the service this last 2, 3, 4 months. And he is a quality player. So I was really surprised at the dip they've had in form. But I think at times, when you look at the back line now, with Shaw, Cross and Huth, Begovic, and then you look at Crouch up front, then they brought in Zonzi beginning of the season, and that's the backbone of the team. And then you fill in players around the outside of it, and that's been a problem because there's been quite a few changes in the back 4, quite a few changes in the wide areas where the supply comes from, and I think that has probably again had a difference in results, particularly beginning of January to this present time.
Yeah, what has been your favourite game that you've watched this season?
Favourite games?
As a Stoke fan or as a neutral?
Well, I thought they did quite well at Chelsea, although they lost away. The team I saw at Chelsea with Mata, Hazard, Torres, Oscar, they're quite a force, and then they got Moses as well, they brought in. So when you look at that, and they held them out for 86 minutes and performed quite well on counter-attack, that probably was a pleasing performance, not result-wise, but pleasing performance, and I thought from then they would have built on that.
Yeah.
Recent games away from home, they haven't really shown how I expected the counter-attacking style, what they can do, and sometimes possession work too, which they've probably been giving the ball away a little bit too easily at times in this January period to the present time.
Yeah.